How's it going, people? Welcome back to Fabz Drawz. I'm Fabio, and today I'm excited to share with you the design process behind Evelyn Ashford's character. As you watch me bring Evelyn to life on screen, I want to give you a little insight into how it all came together. But before we dive deeper, I want to just let you know that for the last 7 minutes of this video, you'll be hearing Evelyn's lore narrated through text-to-speech. I hope you guys enjoy that storytelling element as much as I enjoyed creating it. Now, designing Evelyn wasn't without its challenges. During the process, I found myself struggling to decide on the direction I wanted to take her design. It hit me that part of the issue was I hadn't clearly defined the overall style for my characters. When I first designed Jabari, which you can check out in my previous video, I was heavily influenced by the Fog Hill of the 5 Elements. That show unintentionally shaped Jabari's look and feel. But when I started working on Evelyn, I was watching a different series and it threw me off. I wasn't satisfied with how she looked because I was torn between maintaining the style that I initially established with Jabari or adapting to the new aesthetic inspired by the series that I was currently watching. This internal conflict was happening in the back of my head while I was designing Evelyn, and I didn't fully realize it at the time. It made the entire process feel really frustrating because I knew Evelyn's design wasn't bad, it just always felt like there was something off. So moving forward, I've learned that the best way to avoid this with future characters is just to establish an overall style for the story and the characters from the outset, which may seem obvious, but when I started designing these characters, I felt rushed to start designing even though I didn't have a clear direction. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you guys ever experienced something similar while working on your creative projects? And if so, drop a comment down below and share your guys' story. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for Evelyn's lore that's coming up next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any future design stories and updates. Until next time, keep creating. God bless.
Evelyn Ashford was a princess who, unlike her older sister Serena, had no grand ambitions beyond pleasing her parents and basking in the admiration of others. She thrived on the attention she received for her beauty and kind heart, becoming the darling of the kingdom. Mischievous and curious by nature, Evelyn often found herself sneaking into restricted areas and eavesdropping on conversations, traits she inherited from her equally sly mother. In contrast to Serena's struggle with theoretical learning, Evelyn had a natural affinity for books and was a gifted pyromancer. She frequently trained with her mother, who shared her mischievous spirit, honing her magical skills with pride. But Evelyn's world was shattered when she and Serena accidentally unleashed an ice apparition while seeking forbidden magic bracers to help Serena control her powers. The apparition drained Evelyn of her magical life force, cursing her and leaving her physically altered. Her once vibrant crimson hair and warm skin turned a ghostly pale with a faint blue tint, while her eyes darkened to a blood-red hue. Although her features remained attractive, the drastic transformation made her resemble the kingdom's enemies, Frost Nephilim from beyond the mountains, and worse, her uncle and his men, who had made a sinister pact with a false prophet to overthrow the kingdom. During her uncle's violent coup, Evelyn's appearance caused fear and revulsion among the very people who once adored her. They called her a monster, a hideous creature, because she now looked like the very beings who threatened their lives. The attack culminated in the tragic fall of the kingdom, leaving Evelyn and Serena paralyzed by both fear and physical limitations. It was their mother, the queen, who saved them from immediate death, directing them to flee to the Druid Grove through a secret tunnel with Hannah, their loyal servant and friend. At the Druid Grove, Evelyn's life took a new turn. Stripped of her pyromancy and alienated by her cursed appearance, she found refuge in the ancient practices of druidic magic and archery. The head of the Druids, understanding her pain, became her mentor, teaching her how to harness nature's power as a way to cope with her loss. Isolated from others due to her fearsome appearance, Evelyn bonded deeply with the forest and its creatures, finding solace in the wild where judgment was absent. But peace was short-lived. Her uncle's corruption began to spread, even reaching the sacred Druid Grove, forcing Evelyn, Serena, and Hannah to flee once more. This time, they found refuge in a distant city, where Evelyn resolved to master the druidic skills she had learned, not only to reverse her curse and regain her lost powers, but also to reclaim her home and restore the forest that had sheltered her. Upon arriving in the city, Evelyn began to use her druid magic to transform into different animals, all with white coloration and unique traits that helped her stand out from others of her kind. During one of her explorations of the nearby jungles, she was nearly trapped by a group of black market hunters. In a moment of panic, she took to the air, only to fly straight into a tall figure, Jabari, a half-orc druid she would soon come to know. Jabari chased off the hunters, threatening to feed them to the dangerous animals of the forest if they didn't leave the city. Grateful yet still in her beast form, Evelyn allowed him to treat her injuries. He remarked that he had never seen a bird as unique and beautiful as her, unaware that she was not just a rare creature, but a person in disguise. The rarity of druids in the city made it easy for him to misinterpret her. When the sisters and Hannah later formed a party with Luis, a noble paladin, they received his assurance that he would protect them, even as he irritated the girls with his machismo. However, despite the annoyance, Evelyn could sense that his intentions were genuine, offering her a small measure of comfort. As they prepared for their first mission, to investigate the ruins where a paladin had been killed, Evelyn felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. She was determined to prove her worth to her new companions, even if the scars of her curse lingered. The mission led them to confront Tiago and Jabari, two skilled adventurers who were initially wary of the sisters. Evelyn recognized Jabari instantly, but her fear of his reaction to her appearance held her tongue. She felt a pang of longing for the beauty she once possessed, now overshadowed by her fearsome facade. Despite this, she was resolved to show them that she was more than her curse. After a successful mission and a tense reunion, they gathered in a tavern to solidify their party. With her confidence rekindled by their triumph, Evelyn envisioned a path forward, not just to reverse her curse, but to reclaim her life and her identity. She longed to be seen not as a monster, but as a brave warrior and protector of her kingdom. As they forged their bond in that bustling tavern, Evelyn's heart surged with hope. Perhaps together, they could face the darkness threatening their world and restore the beauty that once surrounded them. This newfound purpose, combined with her desire to reclaim her home and protect those she loved, set Evelyn on a journey of self-discovery and redemption. Though she longed to regain her former beauty and powers, she slowly came to accept that her true strength lay not in her appearance or her past abilities, but in the resilience and courage she had developed in the face of unimaginable trials. As she continued to train and grow, Evelyn began to understand that her journey was not just about reversing a curse, but about becoming the person she was always meant to be. Someone who could lead, protect, and inspire others, even in the darkest of times.